If you've ever wondered whether simple play at home can actually shape your 2-year-old's brain, this video is for you. At this age, your child's brain is building millions of connections every single day, and the activities you pick right now quietly decide how strong and confident that brain will be later in life. Today, I'm sharing the top brain development activities you can do at home with your 2-year-old, using everyday things you already have in a way that feels playful, calm, and deeply connected. And I bet most of you have never even heard of number 4. And that is like a secret superpower for your toddler's brain. Seriously, it can light up their whole nervous system in ways you won't believe. Let's get started. Sensory play, building the brain through touch and exploration. Let's start with sensory play, because it's one of the fastest ways to light up a toddler's brain. At this age, kids learn mostly through touch, movement, and exploring their world, and sensory play taps right into that natural curiosity. When your little one touches, pours, scoops, or feels different textures, their brain isn't just noticing the surface, it's learning cause and effect, spatial awareness, and even early problem solving. Let's do it this way. Fill a bowl with rice or pasta and let them dig, scoop, or hide little toys. It's endless fun and full of discovery. Water play is another favorite. Pouring from one cup to another, floating small toys, or watching objects sink teaches concepts like volume, motion, and even basic physics. You can also bring in a variety of textures from around the house: bubble wrap, soft cloth, sandpaper, or even leaves from outside, letting your child compare, describe, and categorize what they feel. This not only engages their senses, but also gently builds vocabulary. You know what the greatest thing is about sensory play? It's not just fun, it strengthens focus, fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and creativity, all while your child feels relaxed, in control, and curious. That's exactly the state the brain learns best in: calm, confident, and free to explore. By creating these little everyday experiences at home, you're giving your toddler a rich environment to understand their world, all while quietly wiring their brain for attention, curiosity, and problem solving without screens, stress, or complicated instructions. Story time. Wiring language, focus, and emotional safety. Story time is way more powerful than most people realize. When you sit down with your little one and read picture books together, your child isn't just listening to words, they're building language pathways, strengthening attention, and forming emotional connections all at once. It's literally exercise for their growing brain. The magic happens in the small moments, letting them turn the pages themselves, pointing out and naming objects in the pictures, repeating familiar phrases, or pausing to ask simple questions like,
"What do you see here?"
A bunny!
Yes!
Or,
"What do you think happens next?"
each of these tiny interactions helps wire their brain for communication, critical thinking, and curiosity. And here's the thing, storytime also creates a deep sense of emotional safety. When your child knows you're right there, reading and engaging with them, they feel secure. That security isn't just comforting in the moment. It actually primes the brain to learn better, absorb new words, and pay attention longer. You can even make it more interactive. Encourage them to act out characters, mimic animal sounds, or point to colors and shapes.
Look, a lion! Can you roar like a lion? Yes! Now what about the monkey? Can you do the monkey?
All of these little playful actions turn reading into an adventure that's fun, meaningful, and brain-boosting. By turning storytime into a consistent, engaging habit, you're not just reading, you're helping your child develop language, focus, imagination, and emotional intelligence all at the same time. Matching and sorting games, teaching the brain patterns and logic. Matching and sorting games are a quietly powerful way to train your toddler's brain. These activities help little ones recognize patterns, understand relationships, and make sense of the world around them, all while having fun. When your toddler sorts colors, matches, shapes, or groups everyday household items like socks, cups, or blocks, their brain is learning how to categorize, compare, and think logically. Simple games like matching colored cards, stacking blocks by shape, or putting similar items into bins may seem basic, but they're actually building the foundation for later skills in math, reading, and problem solving. These games also boost hand-eye coordination and fine motor control because your child has to pick up, move, and place items carefully. You can make it playful too. Turn sorting into a little race.
Let's start a race. Who will sort it first?
Go.
Ready, set, go.
Wee.
You're so fast.
A treasure hunt or a match the socks game. Ask questions like,
Which one is bigger?
This one.
or
Which one is the same color?
to encourage thinking out loud. The more interactive and hands-on, the more your toddler is exercising focus, attention, and memory. By weaving these simple games into everyday playtime, you're not just keeping your child entertained, you're quietly wiring their brain for logical thinking, organization, and problem-solving skills that will stick with them for life. Before we move on to the most important point of them all, trust me, this one can actually rewire your toddler's brain. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up so you don't miss any of these game-changing tips. Music and movement. Activating the whole brain through rhythm. Here comes the most important of them all, and you'll be amazed to know that music and movement are some of the most fun and most powerful ways to stimulate a toddler's brain. When your little one is dancing, clapping, singing nursery rhymes, or even banging on a simple instrument, multiple areas of their brain are firing at the same time. That means they're not just having fun, they're improving coordination, memory, language skills, and emotional expression all at once. Simple activities like dancing together to different songs,
Ready to dance, sweetie?
Yay, dance.
Clap and stomp. Follow me.
following along with claps or stomps, or playing with shakers, tambourines, or even pots and pans help your toddler understand rhythm, timing, and cause and effect. Singing familiar songs with hand motions like Itsy Bitsy Spider or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star
The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down and lean and wash the spider out.
strengthens auditory processing, memory, and vocabulary in a playful, engaging way. Movement also gives your child a safe outlet for energy while building confidence in their body and motor skills. Even simple actions like swaying, jumping, or marching can improve balance, spatial awareness, and overall coordination. And the best part? Music and movement naturally boost mood, encourage emotional expression, and make your child feel capable and proud of what they can do. By turning everyday moments into mini music and movement sessions, you're not only keeping your toddler active, you're helping their brain grow in a holistic, joyful, and memorable way. Pretend play and role-playing, growing emotional and social intelligence. Pretend play is one of the most powerful ways toddlers make sense of their world, especially on an emotional level. When your child pretends to cook, care for dolls, or dress up as different characters, they're not just having fun, they're practicing empathy, expanding their vocabulary, and learning how emotions and social interactions work. You can make pretend play as simple or as elaborate as you like. Let your toddler act out everyday routines, like setting a table, feeding a stuffed animal, or calling a friend. Dress-up games becoming a doctor, firefighter, superhero, or chef give children the chance to explore different roles and perspectives. Story creation, using toys or puppets, encourages narrative thinking, problem solving, and creativity as they decide what happens next in their little make-believe worlds. These playful scenarios are more than just games. They're building blocks for emotional intelligence. Your child is learning to understand feelings, share, negotiate, and cooperate, all while strengthening cognitive flexibility and imaginative thinking. And because pretend play happens in a safe, guided environment with you nearby, it also fosters a sense of security and confidence. By including pretend play regularly, you're not only sparking imagination, you're quietly teaching your toddler social skills, emotional awareness, and creative problem solving that will last a lifetime, all through joyful, connected play. Outdoor exploration and nature walks, learning through real-world discovery. Outdoor exploration offers toddlers real-world learning experiences that no toy or screen can ever replace. When you take your little one for a nature walk, collect leaves or rocks, watch clouds float by, or observe birds and insects, you're engaging multiple senses at once: sight, sound, touch, and even smell, all of which stimulate the brain in unique and powerful ways. Simple activities like a leaf collecting game, a short scavenger hunt for rocks, pine cones, or flowers, or lying on the grass to identify shapes in the clouds help develop observation skills, critical thinking, and curiosity. Every step they take, every rock they examine, and every new discovery strengthens coordination, balance, and spatial awareness. Nature also has a calming effect. Being outside helps toddlers regulate emotions, release energy, and feel grounded. Encouraging them to ask questions about what they see, compare colors and textures, or tell you stories about the animals and plants they notice helps expand language skills and imaginative thinking, all while creating meaningful connection and wonder. By making outdoor exploration a regular part of your child's day, you're not just giving them fresh air, you're offering a rich, hands-on learning environment that nurtures curiosity, builds cognitive skills, and supports emotional well-being, all in a way that feels playful, safe, and joyful. Memory and recall games, strengthening focus and brain flexibility. Memory games are a fun and powerful way to gently strengthen your toddler's attention and working memory. These activities help little brains practice focus, recall details, and adapt their thinking, all skills that are essential for emotional regulation, problem solving, and future learning. Simple games like What's Missing, where you show a few objects, hide one, and ask your child to spot what's gone.
Okay, watch closely. What's missing? Can you find it?
Where'd it go?
Look carefully.
Are perfect for building visual memory. Matching picture cards or finding pairs challenges the brain to remember and recognize patterns. You can even turn story time into a memory game by reading a short story and asking your toddler to retell it in their own words, encouraging comprehension, sequencing, and language skills. Memory games can be playful and interactive. Make it a friendly competition, cheer them on, or turn it into a little adventure.
Can you find the missing toy?
This one.
Yes, that's it.
Or let's see who can match the most cards. These small challenges not only improve memory, but also build confidence, patience, and persistence. By regularly incorporating memory and recall games into playtime, you're helping your child develop focus, adaptability, and problem-solving skills in a fun, engaging way. These activities quietly lay the foundation for academic success, emotional regulation, and flexible thinking, all while keeping learning joyful and connected. Core takeaways for parents. By now, it's clear that the simplest, everyday activities can have a huge impact on your toddler's brain. From sensory play and story time to puzzles, pretend play, and outdoor exploration, every moment of hands-on interactive learning is quietly building focus, coordination, language, and emotional understanding. Play and learning go hand in hand, and consistency matters more than perfection. Regularly weaving these activities into your routine creates a rich, stimulating environment that sparks curiosity and confidence. But perhaps the most important takeaway is this. It's not the toys or the techniques that make the difference. It's your presence. Being engaged, responsive, and connected during these moments is what truly strengthens your child's brain, fosters emotional security, and lays the foundation for lifelong learning. Conclusion. Your child doesn't need expensive toys, fancy gadgets, or complicated lessons to build a strong, healthy brain. What they really need is your presence, gentle repetition, and playful, connected moments throughout the day. By weaving these simple, hands-on activities into everyday life, whether it's pouring rice, building towers, singing a song, or exploring outside, you're not just keeping your toddler busy, you're quietly wiring their brain for curiosity, confidence, and lifelong learning, one calm and connected moment at a time. And here's the thing, the small, consistent moments matter more than anything else. So if you found these tips helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications because we've got even more ways to help your child thrive, grow, and learn in ways you might not even expect.